Hello! Okay, so back with a review. I wanted to do a review of the Sedona lace. Oh, you can see my reflection. Hello! I wanted to do a review of the Sedona lace warm palette. This is the 88 warm palette. This beautiful thing right here. This has been one of my favorite palettes ever since I got it. Now, I do own the Coastal Scents version. I'm going to kind of do a few comparisons here. Ooh, if I can even open it. Now, one thing I noticed, for some reason, I don't know what it was, but this one seems slightly more different. I don't know if you guys can see this, but if you look at the Sedona lace one at the bottom, I don't know if you guys can tell the difference in the colors at like the bottom 3 rows. Like, okay, so the bottom one is the Coastal Scents one, and this top one over here is the Sedona lace one. For some reason, the one in the Coastal Scents one seems slightly darker. Like, I don't know if I can compare like these colors. Can you see the difference? And then here as well. And then if you can see this one that's missing right here, it's actually much darker than this one. Like much, much darker. So, I don't know, the colors are slightly more different. I actually like it more because there's more matte colors available, if you guys can see. I mean, I have the 88 metal palette, so I like that one for more of the shimmers, if I want to use shimmers. But when I'm using neutrals, I kind of like mattes a little bit more than shimmer. Like, you guys can see the eye look I'm wearing today. Let me just zoom you in. The eye look I'm wearing today, this is all from the 88 palette. All of it. I like that it comes with a black, this black color right here, because it's not too black, but it's just black enough. It's not too black, it's like a nice soft black, like easy to kind of smoke out colors. And then it comes with let me zoom out. Then it comes with like this little corner over here where it has like some darker colors where you can deepen the crease. And then on this side it has like darker like browns that you can deepen the crease, and like a nice rust color here. I also like that it has a bunch of these like plum pinkish shades, and then like it kind of ventures out into like coppers and oranges, a little bit of golds. Has a lot of good variety. Now the Coastal Scents one is also similar, but I don't know, for some reason like this corner seems a lot darker. This whole row down here seems a little bit more different. Like these colors right here, if I were to swatch these 3 next to the 3 in the Sedona lace one, it would be very different. I'm not sure why they're different, because usually all the 88 palettes, no matter which brand they come from, they're all generally the same. So I'm not sure what the big difference is with that. I don't know why, because they're both the 88 warms. But if I were to choose, I think I would actually choose the Sedona lace one. But I like having both, because there's variety. Like, for some reason, like if I were to swatch, let me swatch these bottom 3. These are the bottom 3 that I'm going to swatch from the Sedona lace. So these are these 3 from Sedona lace. And then I'm going to swatch the bottom 3 from Coastal Scents, and I'll show you how different they are. So the ones from Coastal Scents are slightly darker, and they have slightly more pigmentation. Now, that's a good thing and a bad thing. It's good because they're pigmented, so I like it for deepening the creases and for kind of like smoking it out. But I like the one in the Sedona lace one because they're a little bit more muted and not harsh. So I do like these. These are the Coastal Scents ones. Those 3 corner bottom ones. And oh, you can't even see that anymore. See? So I do have to mention that the Coastal Scents one, or my Coastal Scents one, has slightly more pigmentation. Just a little bit, but only for like the darker colors. For the other colors, like the medium tone colors, the lighter colors, like the ones that are good for a highlight, they're all generally the same, like pigmentation wise. Sorry, I'm just grabbing my towel. So one big difference that I really do like is the packaging. And Sedona lace, if you can tell, is obviously shiny, and the Coastal Scents one is not. I have other Sedona lace palettes, the 88 palettes and the 120 palettes, and they're not all shiny, only some of them. But I do like this shiny packaging. The only thing is fingerprints. It's kind of annoying, but it's not bad. Like, it's not hard to clean. The thing that I hate about these, the matte finishes, is once they get dusty, like if you can see all this dusty crap, like no matter how much I rub it off, like I would actually have to take like a damp towel and clean it. Like it's kind of frustrating. But otherwise, being able to have two that are actually kind of slightly different is actually kind of nice. But if I had to pick one, that's hard. Let me show you why. Okay, so first thing I want to show is this part right here, the opening. If you can see it, it's flat. On the Coastal Scents one, it had that little, like, it's gone now. That's one thing I hated about this one, is it broke. And you have to push it to open it. Obviously, mine doesn't do that anymore. It still clicks down, but it was nice to kind of have this lock on it because, you know, like, say it dropped or something, like it may not just like crack open, and it was kind of frustrating to not have that. To make it worse, this one fell out. The one in the bottom corner fell out. And I don't know if you guys have this issue with your 88 palettes, but I had the 88 shimmer, like the 88, the normal color one, the one that's like a rainbow of colors. It's like the original 88, but it was the shimmer version. I had that one and it broke. Like some of these bottom ones, like shattered and broke off simply because of the way it's placed down here. I don't know if that's just because it's the 88 palette. Some of them can be cheaper than others. The Sedona lace one, I like the fact that it's flat, so you can just like, I mean, it clicks closed, you know, and it's not super loud. It's, you know, it's normal. Just does that. But I mean, the only thing is if you have nails, you know, you might worry about messing up your nails. But I do like that it's flat. Like, it's just flat all the way across. And I like that. It makes it a little bit easier. It looks aesthetically nicer to me. And then this part with the mirror, generally the same. You know, it has the mirror with these two, like, sponge applicators. I don't really ever use the mirror anyway, so it doesn't really matter to me. So they're both generally the same in that aspect. The reason why I love either palette, I mean, particularly the Sedona lace one, is because it's like literally like a one-stop shop palette. Like, it has almost everything you could want. You can make a smoky eye, you can do a natural eye. I mean, the only thing that it's missing obviously is color. I mean, nothing that you can't do with like a bright eyeliner or something like that. It has like almost every highlight color you could look for, like almost any single one, seriously. Like, you should be able to find a highlight color in here. There are times when I'm like doing a look and for some reason I can't find any highlight color that would work. And I always turn to this palette because guaranteed I will find one. If you're wondering which one's my favorite, it's this one right here. Oh, is it that one? Yeah. This one right here. So we're talking like 5th row from the left side of the palette and 4th one up. This one I find is like one of the most versatile highlights. It looks a little, ooh, there's color. Looks like that. Blends out really nicely, super, not creamy, but it's like, it's a nice cream shade. It's the highlight that I'm wearing right now. Very, very versatile. I actually like this primarily for work, or if I'm going out at night and I'm not really in the mood for color, or if I'm like, I just want a nice neutral eye to like define, you know, my eyelids a little bit with some like bold lips. I usually go for this one. This one and my Naked palette have been like my go-to palettes like all month. And I also like that it has like all these silver shades right here because I don't own a lot of silver. I hardly wear silver eyeshadow. So I like that it has, you know, like a couple different shades. It has a darker one down here at the bottom. So they're all pretty nice. And again, like I said, some of them are metallic, some of them have a satin finish, some of them are matte. If you're looking for like a one-stop shop type neutral palette, you will definitely love it. Color payoff is good in my opinion. Like I said, slightly different than the Coastal Scents one. Certain ones in the Coastal Scents palettes are a little less chalky and a little bit more pigmented, but the reason why I like this one is it like the colors are a little bit softer, like the actual texture of the shadows. They're nice to the touch. And they're easier to blend. For some reason with the Coastal Scents one, there's like so much fallout, like especially with the metallic shades. It's really frustrating to use. But for some reason when I use my Sedona lace one, less fallout and it's just a lot easier to blend. Like as you can see, if you want to look at my eyeshadow, it's a lot easier to blend. You know what I mean? So I'm definitely loving this. It's definitely a go-to palette. A lot of brides, like when I do weddings or even just regular neutral makeup, a lot of brides love this one. There's another one. It's a 28 neutral palette. I don't have that one around me right now. But this one I like because there's just more variety. I mean, the eyeshadows are a little bit small. They're about the size of a dime each, give or take. But like I said, there's just so many choices. And what are the odds that you're actually going to finish one? If anything, the only one I can think of, if you really do use this palette a lot, I can picture the black going away. Probably one of the highlights. One of the browns, like a blending brown. This brown right here, over here, it's like in the top far right. Far right corner. This one right here. This one has a lot of nice blending quality, in my opinion. It's what I use to blend out my eyeshadow today. Really, really like it. It's super soft, and it's just, I don't know, the way that it just blends, like it blends like it's almost your natural skin tone, but not really. So it kind of gives a little bit of dimension, but it's also nude and neutral at the same time. A nice crease color are any of these right here in the bottom corner. I really like these 6 right here for crease colors, and then these bottom 3 right here. Those are like my favorites. So these 3 and then these 6 right here are like my favorite crease colors. Obviously they're darker, but I like them for crease colors because they just, I don't know, they just blend very well, especially if you like the smoky look. As far as the actual quality of the palette goes, I personally like it. I mean, it's very similar to almost any of the 88 palettes, but what I like is the fact that it's shiny. So I like the packaging. It's a lot easy to clean. I use this so much, and you can see like how clean it actually is. Like there's barely any dust around it. It's a lot easier to clean than the other like matte finish ones. I don't know why. I mean, obviously because it must be just the material, like it's shiny. It's just a lot easier to wipe down. So if you're looking for an all-around palette, I think you would really, really like this one, especially if you're into nice neutral shades. You don't know which ones to choose from different brands. You can never go wrong with this. So if you're learning how to do makeup and you're trying to find a palette that can, you know, teach you some techniques or to start out with, something that's very versatile, I think you'll really like this one. Really, really. It's very affordable. I believe it's only, I want to say around $20, give or take. I'll link down below to, you know, where you can find it. But I believe it's about $20-something. So very affordable. You get 88 shadows. They will last you a really long time. Oh, sorry, Kehlani. Kehlani. My dog's in the video again. So if you guys are interested in this palette, just go down below to Sedona Lace. I have a coupon code for you, of course. You get $4 off your order. One thing I definitely love about Sedona Lace is how they send it to you. They like wrap the shit in bubble wrap like a million times. Like it came in a bubble wrap in the box, and then the box was wrapped in bubble wrap. On top of that, it was sitting on a shitload of those like foam peanut things. Ooh, see? You know I like to drop things. I must have dropped this palette like 4 or 5 times. There's no nicks, no bends, no chips, no nothing. Nothing has broken, no shadows fell out. I love that. That's pretty cool, because I've broken at least 2 or 3 other 88 palettes and it just wasn't good. None of them have shattered. I use this all the time. I take it with me. It's always in, you know, my travel bag, like on the weekends. Again, when I do makeup for other people, I always take this one because for some reason it always has a color I'm looking for. Like out of all my palettes, like say, you know, like I mentioned earlier, if I'm missing a highlight color or a crease color or a smoky color, like for some reason I can always find it in this palette, like just one color that I'm missing that I would need to complete the look I'm doing. For some reason, I always find it in this palette. So even if you don't use all the colors in this palette to make an entire look, for some reason it will always have at least like one color that will tie your whole entire look together. But I like the fact that it's kind of like a one-stop shop for everything. I mean, the other 88 palettes are also good too, but like I said, I mean, you know, the 88, the regular 88 palette, like either the matte or the shimmer, they're all full of color. There's not, you know, a lot of neutrals in there. Some people aren't color people, you know what I mean? Like some people don't like the bright colors. I mean, I know a lot of girls that love the neutrals, and almost I mean, I would say a lot of bridesmaids and a lot of brides whose makeup I do with this palette, like, they love it. And they're always asking me, oh, where'd you get it? Where'd you get it? And I always say Sedona lace. So that was my review. I hope it was helpful. If you guys have any questions, you know where to leave them. Again, I have a coupon code for you. It'll be down there on the bottom. If you want to know where to get it, it will also be there on the bottom. So I'll talk to you guys later. Bye!